Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. Now, the topic for discussion today will be a bit about this theme that I see going around a lot in regards to gaming. So yes, this is, of course, another game discussion, as you see by the title and thumbnail. And that's this view of the fact that there aren't any more good games, apparently. Like, there's no more good games. All that comes out are negative, bad, and they have something wrong with them. Now, there's a few things that I want to talk about and cover here about this mentality. And for starters, it seems like this mentality stems from the recent years of controversy for games that get released in a lackluster, rushed condition, and it usually leads a lot of people to make videos on them. And that, in turn, hypes up already angry people that are disappointed with a product, and that just really helps them stay angry, frankly. But this also gives the video creator who is making these said, videos and criticisms to the games, they give them quite a bit of power in the sense that a lot of people, that see these things are just going to, believe them. Because, the old saying is you can't believe everything on the internet and whatnot. But let's be real, people are just too lazy to do their own research and just believe whatever they want to. Now, due to the fact that when a game develops a reputation, whatever that reputation is, whether it's generally positive or negative, people will start claiming that as truth. That is an absolute truth apparently now to them. It's no longer an opinion, it's truth to them. I cannot tell you how many Discord servers I joined, but either left or literally just do not ever speak in, simply because, I say I like something about a game that received a bit of controversy, and then all of a sudden I'm blasted and told how foolish I am for feeling like there's anything good about the game, or I'm obviously told something in a sarcastic, condescending manner, like they're clearly taking a shot at me, but it's just passive, so I can't tell you how many times that's happened to me. And that brings me to my next point that I gotta make about this. And that's confirmation bias. And mainly these confirmation bias channels, like I talked about in a previous video that I will probably link in a card if I can remember to. I'll probably link it in a card so that you see what I'm talking about. I talked about this a while ago. But it's these content creators that I just mentioned, these content creators of confirmation bias, they find a generally accepted opinion of a game, and then they just claim it as truth. It's not anymore just an opinion based on different people's experiences. It's now an undeniable fact because they went to Reddit and they saw what the keyword here, accepted opinion was. And then they just said, well, time to go steal some background gameplay and make a 45-minute video talking about nothing else but how horrible this game is, because I sure as heck don't have any experience with it, so I need to go steal someone else's gameplay, yeah. Because I clearly have experience, because I went to Reddit and got my entire essay script, pretty much. And once again, due to the fact that many AAA titles have been released in horrible states, it leads people to just assume that the gaming, industry is just currently in an awful state. And that there are just no longer any good titles and projects out there because, some person who's basically simply after the YouTube money, that sweet YouTube money, made a 45-minute video with really big words and really long, ongoing, intelligent, structured sentences to try and give themselves some more credibility so that you believe them. And this, however, leads to another truth that people tend to forget about this whole thing. Whether you want to admit it or not, let me tell you something nonetheless. There is no such thing as a good or bad game. There is no such thing as a good or bad game. Despite the contrary view, there are usually three things that I like to basically break down, that I feel like everyone basically is breaking down when they're thinking about whether they want to say that a game is good or bad in their eyes. Now, it's three things. For one, that's the expectation. Then there's the reality of the game. Then there's the preference/opinion that you have about that said product. When we go into a game with the expectations that they will deliver everything that they promised in the trailers, in the previous, blogs and exposés leading up about the game. Then once we get the game and we have the actual reality and whatnot, we gather experience about what the product really is after it's released. And then after getting a good feel for the game, it then comes down to the preference, and we determine if the game has delivered on what was promised, as well as if it did indeed match our tastes and fit our niche of what we want out of the game. So these three things are usually how every one of us comes to a general conclusion about something, whether that be a video game, a product, clothing, etc., etc. We can't just base everything off popular opinion, because this is the thing about popular opinions. Popular opinions, at the end of the day, are made up of thousands of different opinions. Each of those opinions basically just forming a general consensus. But at the end of the day, when you get down to the singular people and whatnot, I can implore you, and I am going to say this without a shadow of a doubt, one person may not like something about a game for one reason, and then another person may not like something about a game for another reason. There's no real just set, guaranteed reason why everyone doesn't like the game. Even if that's a majority of reasons why people don't like the game, there's still something different usually for each person why they don't like this about the game. So it's not just one set, mob, amorphous opinion of everyone just feels exactly the same. It differs. So just going on about this whole, there's no good games anymore and whatnot and blah blah blah. We can't just base that solely because some content creator made a video from Reddit about, like an obviously controversial game when there's plenty of titles out there. So we can't just base everything off popular opinions is basically what I'm trying to say. And we need to just accept the fact that, hey, three things that it comes down to: expectation, reality, preference, and that differs and is subjective for every single person. With that being said, that has just been me giving a quick little reasoning on my opinion about this whole there's no good games anymore, because that mentality is really going around in the gaming community, and it's kind of really annoying, considering that there is actually a few decent titles out there. There's pretty small developers that make these really cool projects and whatnot, and they don't get any credibility because all people are looking at is negativity. So that's just a shame to me. But that's all, once again. So with that being said, if you've made it this far into the video and you would like to support me in some way, I feel like the best way would be to subscribe, as that will help you stay up to date with my videos. And as always, rate the video what you think it deserves. Tell me what you'd like to see in the future in the comments below. Feel free to check out my Amino. It will be linked in the comments, as well as my BitChute, where I have a podcast linked in the About Me page of my channel. And I will see all of you in the next video. Take care.